Hi, I'm John Christen, CNN news reporter, and I'm here with Senator Katherine Johnson to ask her about her policy on immigration. And, more specifically, immigration reform, education, Obamacare, and obtaining a driver's license for immigrants. Let's start out with passing immigration reform in 2014. Katherine, what is your opinion on this?
Thank you, John, for that introduction. Immigration reform should not be passed because when illegal immigrants come into our country looking for jobs and a new life, there are still many Americans looking for jobs and trying just to maintain food for themselves and their families. And immigrants are taking that opportunity away from U.S. citizens.
Okay, let's move on to Obamacare now. Now, many people feel like Obamacare is necessary because it will lower the prices of taxes for Americans when immigrants get hurt. How do you feel, Katherine, about Obamacare?
Illegal immigrants should not be able to obtain health care or Obamacare because if they are illegal in our country in the first place, they aren't supporting our community financially, like paying taxes, which go to our own health care.
Interesting standpoint, Katherine. Now, let's move to education. What do you think about education for immigrants? That includes middle school, high school, and college, of course.
Society does not want illegal immigrants applying to colleges and U.S. citizens having the risk of them taking their spots in colleges that are for the U.S. citizens, who are using education as a privilege. That should be available to only U.S. citizens.
Alright, Katherine, let's move on to our last topic for the night. And our last one is, how do you feel about driver's license for immigrants?
Lastly, obtaining a driver's license as an illegal immigrant should not be available because they are in our country illegally in the first place and shouldn't get these kind of privileges. Driving is a privilege and should not be given to people that are illegal in our country in the first place, like these at all. They are here illegally and them driving on our roads is a felony and should not be given to people that are breaking the law the whole time.
Wow, Katherine, you seem to have a real anger against immigrants. Why do you feel so strongly against them? What have they done to you that makes you resent them so much?
I'm just strong for my opinion, John, and I don't think that it's okay for illegal immigrants to be coming into our country when this is an illegal act that they're doing. I just don't think it's okay.
Well, thank you, Katherine, for coming out here and allowing the world to see your point of view on this topic. But before we go, do you have any closing arguments or just something you'd like to say before we go off the air?
Yeah, just one last thing, John. We as concerned citizens very much need to encourage our elected representatives to take responsible and timely action on the much-needed immigration reform in this country. Now, if you agree with my opinion on immigration reform, you can vote for me next term, you can start a petition to fight for your rights, or you can send letters to congressmen for immigration reform to change their opinions.
Well, thank you for coming in, Katherine. I hope you win the re-election, and that's all the time we have tonight, folks. Good night.